They can be in this at any moment. They just gotta up their mental game, let their talent speak.
Amazing placement. What a shot.
A Yahtzee overhead.
Aspect of mental toughness here that's just different.
I like the body language of all four players.
Oh, look at that shot! Great hands from Kiro.
It's a men's quarterfinal match featuring on my left the team of John Hughes from Suffield, Massachusetts, and his partner Mark Powers from New York City. On my right, from Watchung, New Jersey, Martin Bostrom and his partner Alvi Regalado.
Hello and welcome to the 2023-20.
2 out of 3 tie-break sets. Ball rotation on 7 games.
Hello and welcome to
let's decide.
welcome to the 23-24 APTA Tour presented by Volley. We are live from Ridgewood Country Club in Paramus, New Jersey, bringing you the 2024 Atlantic Cup, which is the 11th stop on the 2023-24 APTA Tour, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership, the APTA national sponsors, Volley and Fusion, and local sponsors for this event, Xenon and Revelry. I'm Patty Hogan, along with the dynamic duo of Connor Breen and Vera Bestanova, bringing you this amazing men's quarterfinal match. I'm competing with Mark Bliss for the announcing here, but with the return, much anticipated return of John Hughes and Mark Powers up against Avi Regalado and Martin Bostrom. Welcome, Connor and Vera. Connor, can you identify the players for us today?
Absolutely, Patty. Thanks for having us. And it looks like Bostrom Regalado have elected to receive once we get a better view of this angle here. It looks like we have Martin Bostrom, who will be on the deuce court returning serve first. And his partner,
Martin's got the navy blue jacket with the hood.
Correct.
Right
and
there.
we have his partner to his left, Alvaro Regalado, playing the ad court. And it looks like we got
in the green jacket, everybody.
And it looks like we have Mark Powers, who is in a blue vest, serving first with his partner John Hughes, the left-handed player at the net here.
Yeah. Loud calls. With the music and everything going on, I won't be able to hear them. All right, Mr. Powers to serve. Players are ready. Play.
Okay, the much anticipated return of Hughes and Powers, one of the team's greatest sports. Last couple years, these guys were 2018 national champions, 2019 runner-ups, 2 other runner-up finishes in the nationals. Everyone agrees they are just a force in our game. This is their first tournament of the year, still ranked number 3 in the country. And Connor, can you quickly take us through the draws and just give us all the matchups for the men's quarterfinals?
Correct, yeah. So we have Hughes Powers against Bostrom Regalado. Hughes Powers' first match of the season, like you said. And then we have a great match on court 4. We have Christian Humphreys against Ben Kane Broderick. Broderick and Christian, 2 former partners, so that'll be an interesting matchup. And then we'll have Trotsenko Vauclair, Louis Vauclair, playing in front of his home members against Nunez Asis Koenig. And we're still waiting for the women's semi to finish up before Louis gets on his home court. And then we have the 2 seed, Sven Burris and Jose Zalazar against Hanson Wright on court 3.
Nice. And Vera, in the other women's semifinals, we just saw the Kiro and Elliott with a really strong performance over Anika Lalic. What's happening in the other semifinal, please?
So last we were able to check before getting on air, Alexandre and Lopez were in the 3rd set against Morgan Segura. I'll be walking out shortly to get the latest update on the scores in the women's match and in the men's matches in the quarterfinals that we're not able to see from the HUD. But
okay, if you can get us a score on that, I'm sure everybody at home would love to know.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, so Hughes and Powers, just such a phenomenal team. That's John Hughes on the other side, the lefty, and Mark Powers in the light blue vest. I mean, just one of the dream teams in our sports. Great guys
40,
to watch.
15.
And on the other side, here we have Martin Bostrom and Alvi Regalado, which this tournament, Atlantic Classic, is just an amazing event because I love how we have so many of the game's top players pairing up with some other players who they typically don't play with. And so this is kind of a pickup team. And the game has so much depth now that, you know,
40,
you can't
30.
even give a strong advantage to a long-time team necessarily. And Regalado is one of these new up and rising stars on our tour. He's got a win in an event with Salazar down in Baltimore earlier in the season. And Martin Bostrom, everyone knows Martin Bostrom. And so this will be
Hughes,
interesting.
Powers.
It's an exciting draw. And I
They
love this
lead
matchup.
1 game
because
to
you got
love,
a
first
veteran
set.
team here. Hughes Powers, obviously former national champions. And then you have Alvaro Regalado, who's really exploded onto the scene. And kind of a new player came on, started playing about 2 years ago, playing with a seasoned veteran like Martin Bostrom. So obviously Alvy's going to play fast. Hughes and Powers, they probably want to get off to a fast start here. So I'm really looking forward to this match.
Hi, Patty. I'm just getting an
15
updated score
love.
here. It looks like it's 3-2 for Morgan Segura in the third set. First set was taken by Lopez Alexandre 6-4, and then Morgan Segura came back in
30
the
love.
second 6-2. And once again, it's 3-2 for Morgan Segura in the third set.
Great. Thanks for that update.
30, 15.
I'd like to see who's going to take more of the overheads here for Bostrom Regalado. Maybe the alpha at the net.
40, 15. Game
Nice.
Bostrom Regalado.
Roller
Games
by
are
Albi.
1-all, first set.
Regalado is known for his rollers. Usually they go to the bottom part of the screen. Really hard to get that.
We have 2 holds to start the match. Looks like both players just looking to settle in here and just find a
Love
groove.
15.
Obviously, with the lefty-righty team, you see them effortlessly switch positions to make sure that they've got the overheads, their forehand overheads in the middle of the court. Don Hughes, one of the most evil overheads in the game. Connor, have you ever played against him?
I have. I played them in Philly the year they won the national championship. And we won our first match going into Hughes Powers. They had a bye. Knew we probably wouldn't pull it out, but wanted to keep them on the court. And it was probably a 20-minute match.
What's it like on being the other side when he gets that sliders crazy overhead going over in that deuce court?
Well, he has some of the best lefty spin in the game. And if he gets that short lob at the net, that overhead to your deuce side court can be lethal. Even for the top players in the game, a lot of guys are going to struggle with that.
And then there's Mark Powers. I think some people think he's, every argument. Who are the top 4 players, top 5 players in the games? Mark Powers is in everybody's conversation. Individually, collectively, they are just a phenomenal team. I love how they work together. They ride the webs and, the flows of a match together really, really well.
Right. What makes Mark such a great player is he can create offense of just about any ball on the baseline. But it's
Former junior national champion, Yale #1 player, 4 years. The guy knows how to play. The guy knows how to compete. He is just a rock star. These guys haven't played a lot of tournaments. We talked about that. John Hughes is pretty busy these days. His great wife had some twins about 2 years ago, and I think we've got more on the way.
That is a lot of kids in the house.
That's going to be something a year from now.
A lot of great kids with racket skills for sure coming up.
He's got that great back
You talk about, yeah, and you talk about like, okay, there's Martin Bostrom, real compact two-handed backhand. That middle into Bostrom's backhand, not a safe spot.
Now he's going to play fast from the baseline. You're going to look to see him blitz on that waterfall that he just did. He's a quick player, has a lot of stamina.
Yeah, I think Martin and I think Bostrom and Regalado definitely complement each other really well. Martin has a lot of experience competing at the highest level of the game for years in a row, and Regalado came in hot last season and got doing better this season. So definitely, I think they can put up a fight here.
30-15.
Communication can be so important for these two. The newer partnership haven't played tournaments together, I believe. So they're looking to talk on every ball when they're at the net.
Connor, what do you think about all the new partnerships in this tournament? You have a lot of players splitting up and mixing it up, and what do you think about that? Is that good for the game, or do people want to see their beloved partnerships continue to play on?
Personally, I like it. You know, in a draw
30,
like this,
40.
you know, you're missing Johan Durant. You know, you're missing, you know, you don't have Urdoya. So it's Sven playing with a new partner. So missing teams like that, it could be anyone's draw at this point. So you're going to see a lot of players, you know, testing out some new partnerships, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. And you could see a lot of, once we get through this quarterfinal, you're going to see a lot of surprising results.
For sure.
Hughes.
We had a potential break. Hughes and Powers were able to get it back to deuce.
It'll be interesting to see whose Powers picks on them. Who they're going to put their overheads to.
Well, I think that, you know, Hughes' overhead on a diagonal hit it over toward Martin Bostrom is going to be interesting because Martin knows, you know, has played against it, has seen the shots, where Regalado, you know, this is the first time on the court, I'm assuming, with Hughes Powers because they haven't played yet this year. John jumped in one other tournament with Nathan Crick. But you know, I'm sure this is the first time for Alvi to play against these guys.
As Alvi told me before he was stepping on the court, he told me to mention on the stream it's his first time playing against the big dogs. So I think you're right.
Advantage, Bostrom, Regalado.
I know he's excited, and I think he has a chance to put up a good fight, and he knows what's going to happen when the match gets close.
I was going to say it could work in Alvi's favor. You know, Hughes Powers haven't seen his game as well, so could even the playing field. If I'm Alvi, you know, this is an exciting time to play this team, not having played a match yet this season. You know, you could come away with an upset.
That's his signature
Game
backhand
Bostrom,
drive.
Regalado. They lead 2 games to 1 first set.
Baseline a lot, looking to take balls off the deck, looking to crash against the waterfall. He's so quick. You know, once you put in the spot, it's almost too late. He has quick hands, and he'll jump on that ball.
Connor, how big is the break of your opponent's serve in men's paddle? I'm sure a lot of people watching us at home are tennis players, and they're familiar with how important it is to hold your serve in tennis, but what about paddle, and what about men's paddle specifically?
Well, if you get broken on your serve and you're down in a close match, obviously you would have to hold on the next one to keep it even. And for Hughes Powers, you know, their serve is one of the most offensive parts of their game. They're looking to hold every time. So an early break, you know, that's going to work in their favor. Obviously, you want to hold serve when you can. And hopefully, Martin is looking to capitalize on that here.
Yeah, Martin Bostrom is definitely known for his big serve.
15 love.
I had a pleasure of playing against him and Florentina in a mixed practice match, and he was able to get every single serve towards the nick, which was very impressive.
After that break, I think Hughes Powers want to get in some long points here. Don't want to lose any quick points, quick games. Stay in it as long as you can. Bostrom Regalado
30 love.
communicating well, identifying whose overhead is whose. Playing steady at the net.
Getting a quick update in here for the women's semifinals. Looks like Morgan Segura were able to pull it off 6-2 in the third. So they will be playing Elliott and Lynn Boris in the final.
Thanks for that update, Vera.
A couple missed drives in the net
40
by
love.
John Hughes. Want to keep these points long as possible for your Hughes Powers. Uh-oh, 4.
Game Bostrom Regalado. They lead 3-1. First set.
So kind of not a surprising start. You know, Hughes and Powers are just getting their sea legs back in tournament play.
Got it.
And this is not like in the past where there wasn't this much depth in the game, and all of a sudden they're up against, you know, Bostrom and Regalado, who I assume they walked on the court going for the win. They were not thinking, oh, I hope we do well. They're like, here's what we have to do to play these guys. And, you know, they look super composed here at the beginning. And, you know, it's a really cold day, which usually feeds into the strengths of Powers and Hughes. But I just think, you know, you can just see they're working their way back into tournament play here. And I think they understand paddle match is not won or lost in the first 5 games. Connor, what's our temperature in Ridgewood today?
We're at a bombing 22 degrees right now. First match, the idiot match, first round for the men's. We're looking about 17 degrees, 16 degrees with a little bit of a wind chill. Got a little cloudy, a little overcast, but not as windy as it was this morning.
Good ball there. Yep, 15
At
love.
Ridgewood, we get the fire pits going. We have 5 fire pits going spread out across our paddle deck, so hopefully everyone's staying warm
15
out
love.
there.
Yeah, it looks like a great paddle crowd up there in Paramus, New Jersey at Ridgewood Country Club today. Quick shout out where it's really cold up to David Chelson in Wells, Maine. Hey, Deb and David are enjoying the action.
30 love.
This early lead, the long points are going to help Bostrom and Regalado here. I'll be still looking for that blitz.
$30-15.
This is a huge game. I mean, how big is the difference between being down 2-3 or feeling like the first set is running away from you at 1-4? This is huge right here.
Oh, that's a good dig.
Hey, that's what we're talking about. That Hughes overhead can just dictate play, and
So tough to
Regalado
return.
came up. Yeah, phenomenal play, but you know, John Hughes uses it as a combination of shots. He has a succession of shots, and you'll see him hit a cutter one way, hit a different kind of spin, and you know, he's able to break the best players down with, you know, when he gets like 3 overheads in a row, watch out.
All.
I was thinking about this match, you guys, before we came on air, and I was thinking Hughes and Powers out of the box. I was thinking a slow start might be, what's going to happen here. But I was thinking, it doesn't matter. I've seen them lose first sets,
30-40.
come back. But, right now, Bostrom and Regalado are playing a really clean match. And, they're not giving away any easy points. And, John Hughes has made a couple here, just little mistakes. There's not that much separation, and it changes on a dime. And, I'm kind of a firm believer in the men's game that a break, like a break on a rainy day, matters more than on a dry day, cold day. With the game, the game and how good these guys are off the decks, I feel like you can make up a break.
I think you're right, Patty. And Hughes Powers are going to have no problem taking this to a third set. They're a mentally strong team, have been there before. But you're right.
One of the best teams in the country. One of the best teams. When they play great, they are one of the best teams I've ever seen play. I mean, they stopped the streak of Broderick and Palmer, who had won 3 straight nationals. And these guys took them out in the 2018, came on the scene a year or two earlier than that, and just ascended in the game to the top of the game and, earned the respect and regard of every single player. It's just a phenomenal, phenomenal team. And just, that's,
from Regalado.
an overhead error. I can't tell you how many overhead errors I've seen from Mark Powers in 5 years. Maybe 3. So that's a little bit of rust there.
And you have your second break point here.
Game Bostrom Regalado. They lead 4-1 first set.
Hey, Connor, let's hear about one of our sponsors.
All right. The Atlantic Classic is sponsored by Volley. Volley is a proud sponsor of the APTA. As the first AI-enabled training experience, Volley modernizes racket sports by delivering the on-demand dynamic system for live play training and better workouts. Volley creates a community to connect pros and players while giving users personalized performance insights to track progress and customize their practice. Ask your pro about a Volley lesson today. For more information, visit getvolley.com.
Connor, you've been involved with the Atlantic Classic. You took over running it from Drew Broderick out of Canoebrook. You've done a wonderful job keeping Louis in line and handling this event beautifully over the last couple of years, Connor. Ridgewood Country Club, what a club you're working at, Connor. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely, and I'm a little biased, and I've said it before, but we have one of the best paddle memberships around. It's our 4th year hosting it. It's a group effort here with myself and Louis Vauclair. And it's always a great time, but what makes it fun is our crowd that comes and supports us. And we have great employees here that always give a top-notch experience for the spectators and the players. And we always say it's our Super Bowl. It's our Super Bowl of the paddle season. And I believe it's one of the underrated tournaments on the entire tour.
Not anymore, Connor.
Yep, so we're excited. Go ahead.
I hear that there's a Tilling has designed golf course here. You have 3 nines. True or false? False. The course record, 63 by Tiger Woods.
Bostrom Regalado.
That is actually false, Patty. The course record is actually held by Hunter Mahan, who shot a 63 here a few years back.
Excellent, Connor. Just testing your knowledge.
Thank you, Patty. It's going to be hard to stump me with some of these questions here.
You guys played host, Ridgewood played host to events on the Barclay event a couple times, I think, out of Ridgewood. U.S. amateurs have been held up there. Beautiful, beautiful golf course, beautiful facility. The clubhouse, a unique design. The club's was created in 1890, and in 1927, I believe, Connor, they moved from Ridgewood to Paramus. True or false?
I'm going to say true on that, Patty.
You're on fire, Connor, today. I'm glad you're in the booth.
Stop it. You're making me blush.
You can blush on a cold day?
It's a little tough out here. I am inside in the hut, the nice cozy hut, though.
Kind of a routine first set so far for Bostrom Regalado. That, you know, just really sound, solid play, Connor. And what I'm really impressed with, I expect nothing less from Bostrom and Regalado. Regalado's ascent in our sport, just, you know, his trajectory, instant upward, amazing. And they're just playing a totally composed, high percentage, you know, first set here, and really haven't given much. And it's really, I think, the first one Bostrom gave away.
You're totally right, Patty, and I know this is the 1 seed, but for everyone who's been watching paddle this whole season, it's not surprising that Bostrom Regalado have an early lead in this first set. They've been playing fast, and first time Alvey has played against Hughes Powers, which could work to his advantage. So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward here.
Yeah, you know, it's the matchups, and that's what makes this intriguing. And, you know, the Hughes overhead,
30,
I just
15.
am in awe of at all times. And, you know, Powers overhead, I love. You know, when they came on the scene, Powers used to take a lot more of the lobs, and then kind of went over more toward John's way as the lefty, and he could just create that unique spin. And his movement over there, he just loves the action off the screens. But right now, it's,
30
you know, it's not going in their favor at all.
It's not. And if you leave John Hughes that short lob coming from the deuce side, he's going to kick it back at you with a lot of RPMs going to that side screen. Think of your Hughes Powers. You want to get in some long games here. Try to find a rhythm. No short games.
Right, and I was thinking, you know, earlier you were talking about long points. Who does it favor? And I was thinking, the longer the points, I was thinking it would favor Powers Hughes, actually, because I just feel like they need to get a million hits in here and just kind of get their timing, their tempo. And no matter how amazing they are as players and competitors, you know, they still have to get, you know, the rhythm of a match and the pressure of the match, the feel of this and the cold temperatures, you know, clearly going to take a little getting used to here. Connor, one of your big fans, Marion Cunningham's loving listening to you.
Oh, Marion. Great player out of the
Mrs. C.
Great player out of the Chatham area.
Hughes and Powers. Bostrom Regalado lead 5 games to 2.
All right, so that's a positive for...
Okay, Connor.
Yes.
Hey, Connor. We're going to be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by My Paddle.
Ready for a whole new training experience? Welcome to Volley. At Volley, we've developed the first AI training system for racket sports, providing pros with the advanced teaching tools they've been waiting for, and giving players a new way to level up their game and enhance their time on the court. Ask your pro about a volley lesson today and learn what Volley can do for you. We'll see you on the court.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. We are live from the Atlantic Classic in Paramus, New Jersey at the Ridgewood Country Club. I'm Patty Hogan along with Connor Breen, and Vera Basanova is going to come in and out. She's going to get reports on other matches for us throughout the day. This is the second set. How's that score there, Connor? I think we might have just finished the first set. And we're going to correct the scoreboard, I believe. You got that, Connor?
Still trying to find a score here, Patty.
Yeah, I'm confident the first set concluded. And we're in the second set.
Speaking of scores, coming in with a little update here from the other men's quarterfinals. Hansen and Wright won the first set 7-5 against Boris Salazar. and Broderick Bentheim are set and 2-1 up against Humphreys and Christian.
Wow.
I know, a little bit of unpredictable current results, which is
Vera,
great to
thank
see.
you for that.
You're so welcome, Patty. Anything for you and our amazing listeners and viewers.
30-15.
There we go. I just heard a shout out. I think Louie's playing on the next court. Is that true, Connor?
Yeah, we have Louis playing in front of his home crowd here. A lot of Ridgewood Country Club members coming out to support.
And I believe they're playing Nunez and Ossis Koenig, which is a very physical, fast, and fun team to watch. So it should be a great match.
Speaking of lefties.
So
Nunez has
Prasenko and Vauclair, you guys beat
Correct.
Ong and Snyman?
They did.
I didn't know that.
Yes, this is a lot of upsets happening right now.
What were the scores of the Prasenko match? Does anybody have that?
It was went to a third set. It was almost a 3-hour match.
Okay, I just would love a score of that. That's a great win for Prasenko and the home pro and director, Louis Vauclair.
Yeah, Prosenko Vauclair won 1-6, 6-4, 6-4 in almost a 3-hour match there.
Oh, wow.
Game and first set, Bostrom Regalado, 6-2.
Do we think there's any correlation between the colder weather
Stay for
and teams that are seated lower than their opponents currently being ahead in the matches, or is that just a coincidence?
6 more games with that ball.
Patty, what do you think?
You know what? Vera, can you ask me that question again?
Of course.
I just have my translator on, and it was in Russian, and now I need it in English again.
No worries. I was asking if you and Connor think that the weather is influencing and providing any benefits to the teams that are playing the higher seeds, because it seems like currently on all 3 courts that are in the match, the teams that are seated lower are currently winning.
Interesting observation, Miss Vera. Connor, you want to take that one, or you want me to take it?
Sure, I'll take it. I think that, once you're out there, you're going to start warming up. The ball is going to start warming up. You're going to break a sweat.
Second set,
I think maybe in the first set, the weather might be an issue. But once you get into that second set, everybody's warm.
15
The
low.
ball is warm. So there shouldn't be too much impact from the weather going forward after that first set, in my opinion.
Our scoreboard looks a little cold right now. It's lagging behind.
Yeah, I believe Bostrom and Regalado did win that first game of the second set.
Oh, and I might have to correct you there. I believe this is the first game of the second set. Bostrom and
30
Regalado just won the last set on that last changeover. Won
Okay,
the
thanks,
first set.
Connor.
Got it.
So this is the first game of the second set.
Okay, sorry. I got lost there for a second.
Quick score update. We have Hanson Wright won the first set against Burris Salazar.
Solid for Hanson Wright. I mean, that's a great first set win there. And Salazar, I mean, he's had an incredible year. Another one of these not up and coming, just arrived on the scene and just outstanding.
30-15.
It's also very
Shout out
interesting. Oh, sorry, Patty, go for it.
Oh, Vera, I just wanted to give you a shout out. Shout out to my commentators today for this match. Connor is I've known Connor for a long time through juniors. Connor has done a great job here, worked with Louisville Claire for 4 years, and has risen, in the eyes of the community as such a nice guy and a really good teacher, super steady pro. And Connor, you're doing a great job out here and up at Ridgewood. And Vera, you're doing a phenomenal job over at Short Hills Club. Our sport's lucky to have young people like you guys jumping in, playing, really being involved, and taking a leadership role. Connor, I appreciate that, and Vera, I appreciate that from you with all your help with all the tournaments in Jersey, especially junior nationals and team nationals. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Patty.
Thanks, Patty. And anyone who's familiar with the paddle community in New Jersey and even extending beyond New Jersey knows what a legend Patty Hogan is and all she does for the junior nationals,
15.
and has instructed many players across the country. So we're lucky to have Patty Hogan in our game.
And thank you, Connor. We're lucky to have each other. That's all this comes down to. And that's what makes the sport of platform tennis.
Hughes Powers, they lead 1 game to love, second set.
It's what makes the game, we have great camaraderie. Connor, I don't know how many years. I think I've known you, what are you now, 24? And I've known you since you were 6? No, I forget. But that's the great thing about this sport, the camaraderie out there, and what makes platform tennis such an amazing sport to get involved with. And the APTA now has grown to over 33,000 players in 7 regions around the country. And there's something for everyone with PTIs, events everywhere. And it's just, there's something for everyone in this sport. And that's what makes it so phenomenal. And, so many of us have all developed lifelong friendships, and Vera, you don't know it yet. We've only been friends for a little bit, but we're probably going to be lifelong friends, okay? I'm just telling you, that's what happens out here.
That sounds like a good plan for me, Patty. Yeah, paddle is all about the community. I mean, it's even right now as we're commentating, I'm getting members from my current club where I work and my friends and players on the tour and members from the club I used to work at, Navison Country Club, shooting me texts and saying they're watching the match and they're excited to for Connor and I to be here and obviously to be joining you, Patty. So I think it's awesome when we all kind of come together like that.
Okay, so now we're back to the match here.
Back to the match. Let's do it.
Back to the match. I don't think that sun's going to help warm up things for Hughes and Powers yet.
Well, if you're Hughes Powers, you wanted to win that first game, come out early, you want an early lead. You don't want to be coming from behind after losing that first set. You want to get an early lead and then go from there.
I think one of the things that happens in this game when you're away from the action, the competitive action, the speed of play when you're out there seems so fast, and I think for Hughes and Powers, I just don't feel like they seem comfortable yet.
I agree with you, Patty. I truly feel like Bostrom and Regalado are staying in control of this match.
1-1, second set.
And I have to be honest, I have not seen Hughes and Powers play a lot before, just not really familiar with that team. I know they're legendary in the game, but I'm still waiting to see something better from them.
I think where you're seeing them lose a lot of points is on unforced errors. Some overheads in the net, some missed drives.
Yeah, just self-inflicted wounds, really.
So hopefully,
and it's just no errors, right, from Bostrom Regalado here. They're playing every single point. They're just keeping the ball in play, and it seems like their strategy is, hey, these guys are a little rusty. Let's just make them hit another ball, and as it gets longer, where it used to be that went in the in favor of Hughes Powers, maybe it's going against them at this point because maybe they're starting to feel it because they're not getting any easy points out here.
Speaking of an easy point, that is a lead at the right time.
15 love.
You can hear John Hughes say he was sorry there, but deep down he's probably not sorry.
We're never sorry for Olet.
He's not.
I think for everybody watching at home, it's great to notice how Regalado and Bostrom are driving. They're driving and
30
putting
love.
pressure on Hughes and Powers. They're going through the middle between them. They're not going for those outside targets. And I think all the club
30,
players can
15.
definitely keep improving upon that. Patty, we definitely teach that in our high energy clinics on Wednesdays. High percentage
right.
paddle.
High percentage, low risk. The middle's always the middle. The court never moves.
Solves the riddle. Down the middle solves the
got it.
riddle. Even for highest level players in the game, right here.
I miss your high energy performance paddle, Patty.
Well, we're having a lot of fun. We miss you, Connor. We got Chris Humphreys, we got Tomas, we got the Broderick's, we got a lot of Will Everett, we got a lot of pros, high energy pros out here competing in the tournament this weekend. Really
30
fun.
all.
Hope all our ladies are watching and taking notes.
So many great pros in this area. That's what makes this event so much fun. Guys don't have to get on a flight. Almost in their backyard.
40-30.
Sean Hughes looking for a needed hold here.
Game Hughes Powers. They lead 2-1, second set.
You know, and right there,
Boston Regalado won the first set 6-2.
just when we were saying how, super disciplined, Alvy just missed that shot kind of going a little bit wider, I would say, away from the middle. Just trying for something. And, little things like that.
I would have turned them
It's going to be interesting because,
I would. But I'm 68 years old and I have those eyes.
you know what, Connor and Vera? Connor and Vera, how about we just
all of a
let
sudden the clouds will come
Mark
back and
Bliss
it'll
in the
get dark
booth?
instead.
Mark Bliss in the booth would be
I think Mark Bliss
an
is a
amazing
commentator.
experience. Yes.
I think he could just call this match and commentate 'cause that's what he's doing.
I think
So anyway,
he's a multitasker for sure. It's fun fact about Mark Bliss. He is a member at Short Hills Club, and when he comes out for lessons, he tells his wife he's coming out to hit with a pro because he doesn't really want to say he's going out to take a lesson. And when you're hitting with him, you're pretty much staying silent the whole hour, and he actually talks to himself about what he wants to repair in the game, which actually makes for an interesting and pretty easy lesson. So he's definitely a great guy to have around.
right, so you pound balls at Mark, and Mark tells you what he's got to do to improve.
Absolutely. It's a little bit of reverse psychology, but it works.
I had the chance to talk to Mark before he started umpiring today. He said between umpiring and playing paddle, this is his 5th generation of paddle players that he's been around.
Wow.
Wow.
Going
Probably
back to
starts
the,
with
Going back to the Rich Mayer and Flip Goodspeed days, Patty, I'm sure you know.
Steve Baird, Chip Baird, go back more for Short Hills Club.
15 all.
Something tells me this is a huge game right here. If Hughes and Powers can break Bostrom and Regalado right now and serve at 3-1, I mean, I think that would be a pretty safe bet for taking the second set. Connor, what do you think?
Couldn't agree more, Vera. If Hughes Powers can go up 3-1 here, kind of get some momentum going, take some momentum away from Bostrom Regalado, they're right back in this match. And trust me, they're not
Shout
thinking
out
about
to-
that 6-2 in the first set. That means nothing to them.
No. Quick shout out to Katie Bliss. She's watching her husband up in the chair. She says Mark never stops talking. Hi, Katie.
Speaking of shout outs, Patty, one of my former club members, Nancy Freeman, just sent me a text saying that your brother Chip is her neighbor on Watermelon Lane.
Down at Long Beach Island.
Yes. Small
world.
This is paddle. This is the small community that spreads across the whole country.
Very cool. Chip watched his first live stream paddle match last week, and he had knee replacement surgery. Give him another shout out this week. So he's starting to watch paddle. That's what you do with a knee replacement.
That's not the worst thing to do for sure.
You know, it's fun. You see the movement of Hughes and Powers, and the ball goes over to Bostrom. You see how quickly Hughes and Powers are communicating, moving side to side. Never an issue about who's going to take what ball. See, I love the Powers overheads too. And right there,
15, 30.
Powers. It's important for Powers to take one of those overheads because he can redirect the ball back over to Alvey, and the ball comes back out of that ad court, and it gives Hughes a little bit of the opening into Bostrom's corner. This is what we're used to see. Powers is getting some hits, and he gets his forehand going. Phenomenal. One of the best forehands in the game.
Yeah, Powers can drive just about any ball he wants to. Missed overhead from Bostrom.
This is huge.
15-40.
15-40.
Yeah, you're feeling a little bit of life out of Hughes and Powers.
Great serve by Bostrom. Phenomenal.
30-40.
Oh my gosh, you see that ball just bounce and go away from John Hughes. Connor, you have that serve, don't you?
Every now and then, Patty. Not as much as I like.
Big point right here. Something tells me that Hughes and Powers are going to be patient.
Sorry.
Oh, a little unlucky right there.
Deuce.
Yep. Good spin, hit the little seam right there and shot the other way.
Right back to deuce.
Advantage Bostrom. Regalado.
Saw Regalado switch with Bostrom the last time they were serving to the ad. Let's see if they do it again here. There's the switch. Wow.
Game Bostrom Regalado. Games are 2-all. Second set.
That was crucial for Bostrom Regalado to hold that serve. They're back in it, and this is another big game.
And I'm so impressed with Bostrom Regalado's play together. They look effortless as a team. Haven't played a tournament before this, and they look like they've been playing for 5 years. Bostrom is one of these guys, always rank high up in the game. I think he was semis last year at Nationals with Philip Rams. People say, is he the best guy never to win a Nationals yet in our game? Martin's just got an incredible skill set. Plays ad court, plays deuce court, phenomenal serves, overheads, volleys. No weakness in his game. Brings it off, two-handed backhand, forehand. And, interesting matchup here with Regalado, who just, he plays with such passion, really fun. I saw him play at Montclair for the first time this year, and so impressed.
Agreed, Patty, and he's such a versatile player. He can play with just about any guy, like you said before, can play deuce, ad. In the last 5 to 6 years or so, if you go down the line, he hasn't had one consistent partner for a long stretch of time, likes to mix it up, just shows you his versatility.
30-all.
You ask any player on the tour, they love playing with Martin as well.
Martin's done a wonderful job over at Plainfield Country Club, and he's the newly named director, Morris County, starting later in the year. Martin's had a great run, Plainfield, great membership. He's loved working there. Morris County provides a new opportunity and challenge for him professionally, so we wish him well with that. And so much appreciation to the membership at Plainfield Country Club. Another phenomenally supportive membership.
Martin inherits one of the best paddle huts in New Jersey over at Morris County.
Yeah, and he's going to succeed. The bankster, John Milbank, is calling it quits. He's been a great playing professional in our sport, great teaching professional, a couple-time mixed national champ, all-around great guy, a character in our sport, and we wish John the best.
Second net exchange of the point. Bostrom Regalado still looking for that drive, looking for a short ball.
Just so impressed with the discipline and composure from Alvi Regalado over there on that ad court and the bright. Is that a red top or a pink
40.
top?
I think it's a red, Patty.
What?
And you're
I
gonna
have a
see,
weird color thing.
You're going to see Alvi look to blitz a lot in this match. Always has his eye. He's always going to press, looking to get Hughes or Powers off the net and look for blitz.
Yeah, he's just kind of waiting till Bostrom gets him the shots that, creates the opportunity for him to look for a blitz. That's the thing. He's looking for it at the right times. He's, right here, he's just kind of back on his heels, hanging out. You see, there's nothing that Bostrom has done yet that, is impacting Hughes and Powers in this point. When Regalado sees that Bostrom has something where he's outstretched these guys or a dipping ball, that's when we'll get the blitz.
3-2, second set.
Wow, crucial game there, going up 3-2.
Bostrom Regalado won the first set, 6-2.
Let's hear about another sponsor, Connor.
Volley is the official sponsor of the APTA.
You know what? How about we hear about let's go with, in collaboration with the APTA, I'll take it. Fusion is at the forefront of personalized gear and apparel. Backed by a team of seasoned industry experts, we provide exclusive access to high-end products from top-tier retail brands, all poised for customization with your club logo, team name, or corporate branding. Our streamlined approach guarantees a hassle-free shopping experience complemented by custom online storefronts and swift ordering. Visit www.gearbyfusion.com and let Fusion seamlessly weave your branding into elite merchandise. Sorry, Connor, I stole that one from you.
No, great read, Patty.
Following the completion of this match, we will have the women's finals. Exciting matchup. Vera, who are we going to see in the finals? Is Vera right there right now, or no?
Just got Vera back here.
Hi, Patty.
30 love.
Hey, Vera, who?
All right.
Vera, what do we have?
We have
Updates.
some interesting updates. So, looks like Burros and Salazar are up 5-2 in the second set. Broderick Bentheim against Humphreys and Christian, second set 4-all. And Louis Valclair and Anton Pritsenko playing against Osas Koenig and Gia Nunez. I believe Nunez and Osas Koenig are up 3-2 in the first set.
And who are we going to see in the finals of the women's, Vera? You're going to be on that call
That's going to be
for the
very
next
exciting.
matches.
Yes, so the ladies final, we have the first seeds playing the second seeds. First seed team, Lynn Burrows and Macy Elliott playing against the second seeds, Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora. Both had close matches in the semis, and they have played against each other, I believe, this season before. So another meeting for them, another chance for Sikora and Morgan to try and create an upset. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, and Morgan Sikora, 5 tour wins, the most on the APTA Tour, men or women by far this year, and we look forward to that match at the completion of this.
Absolutely.
Well, you have Bostrom Regalado here looking to hold after that big break before, up 40 love in this 6th game of the second set. Can Alvi taking most of the overheads here?
I like this setup because I feel like when Bostrom's to the right of his partner, there's nothing that goes through him and there's nothing that goes over him.
I agree, Patty. And if you're Martin, you just want to let Alvi play. Wow, what a great move.
Game Bostrom Regalado. They lead 4-2, second set.
And the great spot drive right there.
John, new ball.
You know, I see so many guys who will take that short ball and hit it as hard as they can right at someone's body, and someone sticks a phenomenal backhand volley. Well, right there, he got Powers to miss a volley. He hit that spot off his right side, caused him to flip his paddle from his backhand to a forehand. Huge point right there, and Regalado and Bostrom, 6-2, up 4-2, second set. Looking like they're on their way here, but I never count out Hughes and Powers, ever.
Do we think the new ball is going to benefit the team that's serving right now?
They kept it warm. You know, it's a cold day. Hopefully it's been in Mark's pocket, kept it warm. Not much of a difference. And we'll see as the set progresses. But if you're Hughes Powers,
he's got hand warmers. He's got hand warmers in there keeping those balls warm, I think.
There you go. If you're Hughes Powers, you want to keep positive energy, positive body language. You don't want to let some points get away here. You want to play smart but stay positive at the same time.
I'm positive they're going to stay positive, Connor.
That's the spirit, Patty.
Well, Connor, there's just certain teams I just love watching play, and that's John Hughes and Mark Powers. Love them.
Agreed. I love a good lefty-righty team, seeing them talk and communicate at net. Obviously, with the lefty-righty team, you have to talk that much more. With balls down the middle, it could be anyone's ball, and you want to identify whose is whose. I'll be looking for that blitz.
Yeah, and that's the movement and the quickness of, Regalado kind of forced, almost made John Hughes double clutch and made him think about it before he hit a shot that is fairly routine for him usually.
Absolutely, Patty. He's so quick, he makes you think twice. One of the fastest guy in the tour at the moment. Young as well, mid-20s. And you're going to be seeing, as long as he keeps playing paddle, you're going to see his name for a long time.
Yep, he teaches over at Orange Lawn. Your old club, Connor.
Correct. Great membership over there. Grass courts.
John Hughes and Mark Powers. Two of the, there aren't many guys in the top of our game in the last 5 years who are not teaching professionals, and John and Mark are the exception. They teach indoors, Connor. They have indoor jobs, as I call it.
They have quote-unquote real jobs, as some people like to say.
About 30.
John Hughes, former #1 player, Quinnipiac College.
Great volleys.
Gotta love that. The ball's headed to Martin Bostrom's doing it backhand, and Regalado calls him off at Connor. That's confidence.
And Martin wants that. He wants Alvy to play. Most likely why Martin teamed up with Alvaro. Needed some offense from the baseline. And Martin is open for letting Alvaro take some shots, take some risks, as you're going to see here. And that one's over. There goes that new ball.
No, this fella has it. You guys go fight over it.
If you're Bostrom, Regalado want to keep things moving here. You have so much momentum
Connor,
on your side.
15,
Yep, and Connor,
30.
I got an update on their APTA membership. I mean, it's growing so fast that even since we went on air, I think we have 3,000 more members. Only because I screwed up the number. I thought we had 33,000 members. We have over 36,000 APTA members playing in leagues all around the country. Getting ready for team nationals. Connor, are you in team nationals this year?
As of now, we do have a team formulating. The sign-up is on February 1st if you'd like to sign up for Team Nationals. As of now, I'm playing. I played 2 years ago, and they hosted at Fiddler's Elbow. Such a great tournament.
I remember. Yeah.
Such a great tournament. Even doesn't matter where your PTI is. There's going to be a division for you. Such a fun weekend. And they use all the courts.
Connor, who was your team, Connor? You got a whole bunch of group. You guys were all
had a
within
bunch of guys from
PTIs
Essex Fells. Yep, shout out to the Essex Fells paddle guys.
Who were the guys? Who was your team?
We had Gordy Mixack, we had Owen Parr, we had Matt Garvey, we had Chris Sheeran, and we had Pat Farrell. And we made it to the finals on Sunday. We lost to a great Maryland team who came up from Maryland. Maryland had traveled so well Great group of guys. I'm still keeping contact with them. Still talk to those guys, and they're planning on coming up again. So
Was that
highly
Sam
recommend.
Byron's team?
Yes, it was Sam Byron's team. Yep, the local legend over in Maryland, Sam Byron.
The team from Denison. What an unbelievable play from John Hughes. Now we're feeling it.
Oh.
That's vintage John Hughes. He goes
Great.
down, he goes up, he keeps playing the point. He'll start bleeding.
30, 40.
Great effort from John Hughes there.
Yep. No, Connor, I know you guys had a ball at Team Nationals, and we're hoping everybody gets ready. Greg Morgan's doing a phenomenal job heading up the effort.
Regalado, 5 games to 2.
For the men's Team Nationals this year, hosted out of Canoebrook and Indian Trail Club. And we'll be using every club, every court, anywhere in the vicinity. And then to the master, Mike Raleigh, who will be hosting the women out of the Exmoor Club out in Chicago, Illinois. It's going to be a great weekend, first Saturday in April.
We have Martin serving for the win here. What do you think, Patty? If I told you that Martin would be serving up 5-2 for the match, what would I tell you? What would you say?
I'd say I'm going to start thinking about my commentators for Junior Nationals right now, Connor, and I want you on Junior Nationals this year.
Done deal,
Can you come
Patty.
commentate?
Absolutely.
You and Veer are great, and I'd love to have you join us on the first Saturday in March for Junior Nationals, hosted by Canoebrook and played everywhere at every club. And we thank all the clubs in Jersey for always giving up their courts for all these great events.
Count me in. I just want to give a shout out to my brother, who's a junior national champion, Liam Breen. He's the only one with a paddle national championship in the household, and he's probably going to have that over me for life, but want to give a shout out to my little brother.
Love.
The winner of this match will come up against the winner of the Christian Humphreys Bentheim Broderick match, bottom half of the draw.
Really curious to see who comes out on top, because obviously you have Broderick Christian, former partners, going against each other.
Yeah, lots of intriguing matchups.
All right, you have Bostrom Regalado 2 points away from a big upset against the 1 seed.
Connor, are we still looking at a 4 p.m. start for the women's finals? Any change to that?
Still looking at a 4 p.m. start, correct.
Okay, thanks.
Patty, if Bostrom Regalado come out with this match, do you think that makes them the favorites going into the semi?
In their semi, I have to think about that. Give me a minute. I think you still have a guy named Drew Broderick over there, 4-time men's national champ. Still got to go through that guy.
You do, but with the 1 seed potentially losing, taking them out of the draw, with what's left, do you consider Bostrom Regalado the favorite in the rest of the tournament and the rest of the draw?
I see your point, Connor.
I know where you're going, but I'm just not positive. Hughes and Powers, 1 seed, first tournament of the year. Their extraordinary results last year have kept them atop of the point total, and that's why they're the number 1 seeded team here. But certainly a lot of questions given they haven't played at all. And, they are a strong second half of the season type of team. And they still, I always expect them to come back in any match I ever see. Down 3 match points in a set. It's going to be tough, though.
All right, Martin serving for the match here.
Huge drive from Powers.
Yeah, I never anticipated that it would be. This is kind of lopsided. I did not see this coming at all, and just amazing play so far from Bostrom and Regalado.
$40-15.
Just a rare loose miss from Alvey.
All right, we have match point number 2 here, Martin serving.
There we go.
Great volley from John Hughes.
He needed to hit a great volley after that overhead, or whatever that shot was.
You, Martin.
Love the long points from Bostrom, Regalado on match point, not forcing anything. Looking to earn it.
What
Wow.
a winner from
Bostrom, Regalado.
Bostrom. Great
They
forehand
win
drive.
6-2, 6-2.
All right, Connor and Vera, that was a phenomenal match
Good
from
match, guys.
Bostrom
A lot closer than
Regalado,
that.
taking out the tournament #1 seeds, John Hughes, Mark Powers, and they'll face the winner of the Christian Humphreys, Benkind Broderick. Do we have an update on that match, Vera, before we go off the air?
Last I was able to get the score was 4-all in the second set. And I believe they're
Okay.
still out there, so I'm assuming end of the second set or beginning of the third at this point.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap up things from the men's quarterfinals from the Atlantic Classic at Ridgewood Country Club. Thanks, Connor Breen and Vera Besanova. We'll be back at 4 o'clock with the women's final.
Ready for a whole new training experience? Welcome to Volley. At Volley, we've developed the first AI training system for racket sports, providing pros with the advanced teaching tools they've been waiting for, and giving players a new way to level up their game and enhance their time on the court. Ask your pro about a volley lesson today and learn what Volley can do for you. We'll see you on the court.